Hello, I hope you are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to explain page 4 of The Animal Man. In the previous page, so page number 3, our main character, Buddy here, he grabs the cat and then the branch he was standing on, it breaks or cracks, and so then him and the cat fell down onto the ground, but then he landed carefully and well, so everything is good. Before we start today's page, I have some vocabulary words. So and I made a slideshow. This is a slideshow. Okay. So the first word is fault. So what is a fault? That is the responsibility for a mistake or an error. I have 2 examples. So one is, it is not John's fault that he was late. There was lots of traffic. So John here is a person, and he, let's say, was going to work. So he works at an office, maybe, and it seems like he was late. So he had work at 9 a.m. and maybe he showed up at 9:15, so past the time that he is supposed to, that he needs to be there. However, he left on time and would have made it on time, would have made it to work at 9 if not for the traffic. So his car that he was driving was moving very, very slow. Not fast, very slow, very slow. So the traffic, when a lot of cars are next to each other like this, and the cars are moving very slowly, that is the reason that he is late. So the fault or the responsibility of the error or mistake, the fault is on the traffic. It is not John's fault. Another example is, I cooked the fries too long. It is my fault that they are burnt. So if you are cooking food and then you happen to cook it for too long of an amount of time, then it's possible that it will be burnt and it won't taste good anymore. So take one of those fries, eat them. They're not gonna be good. They will lose maybe their flavor, and they will taste burnt because they are burnt like this. And so I was the reason for the error. I was the reason that they burnt because I cooked them for too long. I cooked them for 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes like I was supposed to. And since I was the one that cooked them too long, it is my fault. My fault. Alright. The next word is the woods. So here is an image of the woods. A synonym for the woods is the forest. The forest. And the woods are an area of land covered by trees. So covered by trees. Here's a tree, here's a tree, here's a tree. An example, I have a short paragraph. It says, my friend and I walked in the woods. In the woods there were lots of bugs and trees. We heard birds chirping in the woods. So my friend and I walked. To walk is like this, just to walk. Walk around. Walked in the woods. So we're walking in here. There were lots of bugs and trees. So here's a bug, specifically a ladybug. There are also mosquitoes, ticks, mosquitoes, ticks, and ladybugs, and lots of other bugs. But these bugs are all over the woods. all over because there were lots of bugs and lots of trees. So here's a tree, another tree, lots and lots of trees. So we heard, to hear, to hear. You hear me now, to hear. We heard birds, they fly around, birds chirping. Chirping in the woods. So the birds were making noises, and chirping is what we say in English. Alright, the next word is peace. I thought this image represented peace well. Seems very relaxing in this image. Our definition is a quiet, calm state, a life without fighting, loud noises, or big worries. So just, very relaxing, very relaxing. An example is after the baby fell asleep, the house was quiet and peaceful. There was peace. So usually the baby, when the baby is awake, the baby's crying constantly. However, when the baby goes to sleep, there is no loud noise, there is no ruckus, it is quiet, and it is peaceful. Alright, so our words, we have peace, the woods, and we have fault. Okay. Alright, now it is time to read. Okay. So the first one. So we have the man who is called Buddy. We have the cat whose name is Rufus, and we have this woman whose name is Violet. So Violet says, "Oh my God, Buddy, you might have been killed. Oh, it's all my fault." Then Buddy says, "Hey, I'm fine, Violet." So oh my God, Buddy. You can also say this word when you are scared, like if you see a spider crawling around, you might say, "Oh my God, oh my God." So if you are surprised, or shocked, or scared in a situation, you might say, "Oh my God." And then she refers to him as Buddy because that is his name. So, "Oh my God, Buddy, you might have been killed." So she says there was a chance that he could have died or been killed because in the last scene he fell from the tree because the branch was cracked. So if he did not turn here, let's zoom out. Okay. If he did not turn while he was falling and land on his feet, there was a chance that he could have died. So that is why Violet said, "Oh my God," and why she was scared or worried. She said, "Oh, it's all my fault." Or, "Oh, it's all my fault." Like she blames herself. She says she thinks that she has the responsibility for the error or mistake. This is because most likely she asked him to climb up the tree. So climb. Sorry. Oh no, spoilers. So to climb up the tree to save the cat. And so because she asked him, she thinks that it is her fault. So she blames herself. But he responds, hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's good. Everything is okay, Violet. Alright, the next image we have is this one. And Violet says, no. Buddy says this. He says, movie stuntman training, I guess. And it looks like Rufus is fine too. There you go. Violet responds with, aw, buddy, you're one of the good guys. You know that. So he says movie stuntman training. So in a movie, if an actor or a character needs to do like crazy stunts, like they need to, like, let's say they have to open the window and jump, or launch themselves out of a window, the actors, do not jump out of the window. Instead, they have a stuntman who looks very similar to them. So movie stuntman training is practice. So maybe this character named Buddy is a stuntman. That is his job. And I guess is like, that is what he thinks is the reason, or his estimate for the reason that he was able to fall down and land safely on his feet and not die, not be killed. And he says, and it looks like Rufus the cat is fine too. So Rufus is okay. He's not harmed. He is not damaged or broken. Rufus is all good. All good. Two, it's like as well. There you go. So there you go. Usually if you give something to another person, you say, there you go. So he, the man, Buddy, he gives the cat to Violet, and so then he says, there you go. There you go. There's your cat. So she says, aw, Buddy, you're one of the good guys. You know that. So, aw, Buddy, that's like showing her appreciation for him. Like, you're awesome, Buddy. Aw, kind of. You're one of the good guys. So, he's good, basically. He's a guy, so he is a guy or man, and he's good. So you can call him a good guy. With the title of the series, The Animal Man, he is possibly a superhero. So he is maybe a really good guy if he is a superhero. She says, you know that? So she wonders if Buddy realizes how good he is, how nice he is, by saying, you know that, Buddy? Do you know how good and how nice that you are? That is what she's saying. So, movie stuntman training, I guess, and it looks like Rufus is fine too. There you go. Aw, Buddy, you're one of the good guys. You know that. Alright, the last image for this section, this line, we have, now all I got is to worry about is Sheba. That's a whole week now I haven't seen her. She's probably out in the woods somewhere. You know what cats are like. So in the image we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cats, and then we have Violet here and Buddy here talking in the distance, in the background. So now after Buddy saved Rufus, saved this cat, all I got to worry, like to be stressed about, like, where is my cat? This is so worrying. It's so stressful. I don't know where my cat is. So to worry about is Sheba. So she does not have to worry about Rufus, but she does still have to worry about Sheba. She says that's a whole week, a whole week. So 7 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A whole week now. I haven't seen her, so I have not seen her. So she does not know where Sheba is. She has not known for a whole week. She's probably out in the woods somewhere. So the man, Buddy, he is not stressed out or worried about where Sheba is. He thinks she is just out in the woods hanging out and all is good. So he is not stressed at all. And so he says somewhere in the woods, so it could be anywhere. Sheba could be here in the woods, could be here, somewhere. Probably, he's saying most likely, it is probable. It's most likely that she is just in the woods and that everything's fine. And he says, you know what cats are like, because she has 2 cats at least. She has Sheba and she has Rufus. So she must know the way that cats live their lives, that cats are adventurous, that cats go out in the woods, that cats climb trees. Yeah. Alright, I'll read it one more time. Normal speed. Now all I got to worry about is Sheba. That's a whole week now I haven't seen her. She's probably out in the woods somewhere. You know what cats are like. Alright, the next line. So, alright, now we have a new or another man here. He's wearing sandals on his feet. He is laying in a chair. He seems very relaxed. Maybe, possibly, he is asleep. Maybe he is sleeping here. His hat is covering his eyes. And he is drinking lemonade, maybe. We have a butterfly here. Alright, so this most likely is Violet speaking, and she says, I guess so. Morris, you see that, Morris? Mr. Baker wasn't too tired to rescue little Rufus. And then he responds with, that's wonderful. He's a wonderful human being. Okay. So she says, I guess so, in response to him saying that Sheba is probably in the woods. So I guess so, like in agreement, thinking that maybe it is likely. And she says, Morris, so she's calling to this man whose name is Morris. Says, you see that? You see that? Did you see what Buddy just did? That Buddy climbed this tree, grabbed Rufus the cat, and fell down off the tree and landed successfully and saved the cat. Did you see how good of a man Buddy is? And so, yeah, so you see that, Morris, because that was very impressive. Then she also says Mr. Baker wasn't too tired to rescue little Rufus. So too tired would be he's very fatigued, like bags under his eyes. Oh, I need to sleep. So maybe Buddy had a long day at work. He worked a while and then he came home and Violet asked her to climb the tree and save the cat. And maybe he was like this, really tired. Oh, but you need help? Okay, I will help you, even though I really need to sleep. But that does not matter. I will help you. And then the man says, That's wonderful. He's a wonderful human being. So that's wonderful. That's great. That's amazing. That's superb. He's a wonderful human being. So he's a great person, basically. But he does not care, it seems. He just does not want to be bothered. And so he says, now, will he get out of my garden and give me some peace? So in here we have a sprinkler for the water. The water is shooting out like this. And so he says, now that Buddy has saved Rufus, that he climbed the tree and saved Rufus, so in the future, will he get out of my garden? Will he leave my property, my yard, and go back home? Because he wants some peace. And he is in peace when he's sleeping with his hat covering his eyes. He was in peace. But if they are talking like this, he is no longer in peace because they are making noise. So, yeah, he wants him to go home, to leave. Okay. So, in summary, Violet is amazed or impressed and very happy that Buddy saved her cat Rufus. She has another cat named Sheba that is missing, that she does not know where Sheba is. And she has a husband, possibly a husband or significant other named Morris, who is a very relaxed guy. He's just chilling. He wants peace. And that is what we have. Yeah. All right. Back to our vocabulary words. So remember we have fault, that is responsibility for a mistake or error. Then we have the woods, an area of land covered by trees, and peace, a quiet, calm state, a life without fighting, loud noises, or big worries. The questions for today's video are, what does Morris want? Why is Violet happy? And do you have any pets? I want you to type the answer to each question in the comment section down below. I will give my responses in like 5 seconds. Feel free to pause or stop the video to type your answers. Okay, so what does Morris want? He wants peace. He wants peace. He wants Buddy to leave so that he can relax more. Why is Violet happy? So why was the woman happy? Because Buddy saved her cat, Rufus. He saved her cat, so she is very happy about that. And both Rufus and Buddy are okay, so she is happy about that too. And the third question, do you have any pets? I do. I have 1 dog and I have 2 cats for pets. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day.